The warning beacons had been broadcasting for 3 centuries, their ominous messages echoing through the void in 47 different languages. Terran space, entry prohibited, violators will be eliminated. Every species in the known galaxy understood the implications. The Terrans, those strange bipedal mammals from the 3rd planet of an unremarkable yellow star, had earned their isolation through blood and fire. Commander Zixthala of the Vorthak Empire had heard the stories of course. Every military academy in the galaxy taught the cautionary tales of humanity's brief but devastating appearance on the galactic stage, how they had emerged from their backwater system with primitive fusion drives and kinetic weapons, yet somehow brought the mighty hegemony to its knees in less than a decade. How they had vanished as suddenly as they appeared, retreating to their home system and sealing it off with technology that even the most advanced civilizations couldn't comprehend. But Zixthala was ambitious, and the Empire needed resources. The long-range scans showed that the Sol system contained not just the legendary Earth, but also rich asteroid belts, gas giants ripe for mining, and most tantalizing of all, the rumored human archives that contained the secrets of their impossible victories. "Anna, are you certain the stealth field will hold?" Raza asked, his fingers dancing across the navigation console of their patrol ship, Earthsong. The young woman beside him nodded, her dark eyes focused on the sensor displays. The Vorthak dreadnought crossed the heliosphere boundary 17 minutes ago, Anna replied, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "Their stealth tech is impressive, but they don't understand how we see. They're trying to hide from electromagnetic sensors and gravitational detectors." Raza smiled grimly. "But they can't hide their intentions." Anna's neural implant flickered, with soft blue light as she interfaced directly with the Sol defense network. Around Earth's orbit, millions of seemingly innocuous satellites began to shift and align, each one a node in a vast web of quantum-entangled sensors that could detect the slightest disturbance in space-time itself. The humans had learned long ago that true stealth in space was impossible, not because of the physics, but because of something far more fundamental. Every species in the galaxy thought in terms of hiding signatures, masking emissions, bending, light and gravity. Only humans had realized that the universe itself was conscious, that space and time were not empty voids but living entities that responded to thought and intention. "They're heading for the asteroid belt," Raza observed, watching, as the Vorthak ship's trajectory became clear. "Probably think they can grab some samples and run." "Should we intercept?" Anna asked, though she already knew the answer. "No. Let them learn." Commander Zixthala's mandibles clicked with satisfaction as his ship slipped past the orbit of Mars, undetected. The legendary human defenses were nowhere to be seen. No massive battle stations, no patrol fleets, nothing but empty space and the distant gleam of their homeworld. "Fools," he muttered in his native tongue. "All those stories, and they leave their system practically undefended." His science officer, a nervous Quillari named Vesh, peered at his instruments with growing unease. "Commander, I'm detecting some unusual quantum fluctuations. The local space seems agitated." "Space cannot be agitated, you fool. Focus on the mission." As the dreadnought entered the asteroid belt, its massive mining arrays began to extend, ready to harvest the precious metals and rare elements that would fuel the Empire's expansion. But as the first mining beam struck an asteroid, something impossible happened. The asteroid screamed, not with sound. Sound could not travel through vacuum, but with something deeper, more primal. Every conscious being on the ship felt it, a wail of anguish that seemed to come from the fabric of reality itself. "Commander," Vesh's voice cracked with terror. "The asteroids, they're not just rock and metal. They're alive, all of them. The entire belt is one massive organism." Before Zixthala could respond, space itself seemed to twist around them. The stars wheeled overhead, constellations rearranging themselves into patterns that hurt to look at. The ship's navigation system screamed warnings as their instruments registered impossible readings. They were simultaneously in 17 different locations, traveling backward through time, and embedded in the heart of a star. "You came," seeking resources. A voice spoke directly into their minds, calm and inexorable. It belonged to Anna, though she was millions of kilometers away on Earth. You see our system as mere matter to be harvested. You understand so little. The Vorthak crew watched in horror as their own ship began to change. The hull flowed like liquid, reconfiguring itself into impossible geometries. Weapons systems became gardens. Life support transformed into musical instruments that played haunting melodies. Their advanced shields morphed into wings of pure light. Humans learned something long ago. Raza's voice joined Anna's in their collective consciousness. We learned that the universe is not a machine to be exploited, but a living entity to be befriended. We don't defend our space with weapons, Commander. We defend it with love. Zixathala found himself weeping, an impossible reaction for his species, as he understood. The humans hadn't retreated to their system in defeat. They had ascended, becoming something beyond physical existence while remaining utterly, beautifully, human. They were gardeners now, tending to a corner of space that they had transformed into a living paradise. We won't destroy you. Anna's voice was gentle but firm. But you cannot stay. Return to your empire. Tell them that Terran space remains forbidden, not because we are dangerous, but because we have become something they are not yet ready to understand. The Vorthak dreadnought found itself suddenly at the edge of the system, its crew unharmed, but forever changed. As they limped back toward Imperial space, Zixathala composed his report, knowing that no one would believe him. Behind them, Earth shone like a blue jewel in the void, surrounded by its living asteroid gardens, and tended by humans who had learned the universe's greatest secret, that consciousness was not separate from reality, but the very foundation upon which all existence rested. The warning beacons continued their eternal broadcast, but now Zixathala understood their true meaning. Terran space wasn't forbidden because the humans were dangerous. It was forbidden because they were home.